Okay. Hey, I'm Tracy Abel, and it's Abel.
Sorry.
That's okay, and I'm not with the Taliban. Okay? That's my name, Taliban Tracy, in my area, because I'm a force to reckon with, right? And so are you guys. I mean, I knew nothing about politics when I started. I had no idea. I just got engaged in a campaign. The Lord said, I want you to help this guy. I said, okay, let's go. So this was 4 years ago. I started as a PCO, right? And I hear everything that they're saying and everything, but it really starts with you. With your heart, what are you willing to do? It's not so much what everybody else is willing to do. It's what are you willing to do? Can you go in there? Can you knock on doors? Can you talk to your neighbor? Can you write a letter? Can you write a letter to the newspaper? Can you write, what can you do? And that's what we have right now. We have teams everywhere that are doing that, and they're helping the PCOs. So when I started, I was a PCO, and next thing I know, somebody said, hey, will you be the president of the Camino Island Women's Republican Club? I said, yeah, let's do it, right? But I knew that I didn't want to be a luncheon club, because that's what's been going on. We've been a luncheon party, right? We're not really doing anything. We may be there living the dream or getting the chair, the vice chair, or whatever. But when it comes to reality, what are you doing in the party? You can sit here and complain all you want, but what are you doing? Right? And so then after the president thing, I just was reelected for my 4th year this year as president. Right? Yeah! Because you know what? My team, because it's not me. I may be the president, but let me tell you, my team, the people that came in there, they are engaged, right? I mean, they are in the school boards. They are in the county commissioner's office. They are engaging with everybody in authority within your community, right? So now I'm vice chair. I've been vice chair, this will be my last year. We have reorganization meetings, and I hear everybody talking. But who is running for chair in your party? What is your county doing? I know what my county's doing, and I'm actually running for chair this time because we have no choice. Our state is on fire right now. So, are you gonna stand up? Yes. Are you gonna sit in the back and complain? Are you gonna pick the people who say, hey, I wanna wear a mask. Hey, I need to do PCR testing. Are you gonna do that? Are we still there?
I'm never complying again as long as I live.
Right? I won't. Do you know the damage this has done to the children?
Yeah.
The suicides. Our children cannot read at grade level. I don't care what district you're in. They're not reading at grade level. I know the OSBI is changing the data. Oh, it looks good now. They're lying to you. Okay? So in our county, and I just want to bring a little hope, in our county, we got that one school board in, or 2 school board members in, with the other conservative member. Let me tell you, we are flipping it. We are flipping this stuff upside down.
Right.
We are holding people accountable.
Right.
Right? No violence in our schools. for our teachers, our paraeducators, or our children. We demand academic excellence. Academic excellence. They keep telling the kids, oh, you got a problem, got a problem, got a problem. The only problem they have is they don't know how to read, they don't know how to write, science, math, everything is down. So, you know, we've got superintendents and what's going on in our district right now. Now they want to get rid of our school board. Yeah, they do, because they're flipping it upside down. And they're saying, you will be held accountable. If you do not teach our children, if you are abusing our children, our teachers, or our paraeducators, you will be held accountable. So we had a principal, and he's been put on leave. We're investigating him. Then our superintendent, they gave her a choice. You either resign or you get fired. They're holding them accountable. Let me tell you, my poor school board members, you know, because you got to get on this. I'm telling you, the woke mob, they're bad. You know, one day I'm being escorted for protection out of a school board meeting because let me tell you, they hate Republicans, right? And I'm very careful about what I do because of the positions I hold. So I can't go in and volunteer with the kids to do any reading because I'm Republican, right? And they freak out. Taliban Tracy, just call me Taliban Tracy, right? Because I'm not going to be quiet. People say, oh, you shouldn't be so loud, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. Well, whatever. You will not do that in my community. You will not. And we have these people standing up, and we are taking authority. Oh, thank you. Thank you, my girls. So that leads us to, now I'm vice chair, and you know, as vice chair, you're not in charge. You're just there, and whatever your chair tells you to do, you do. But I'm a little different, because if I see something needs to be done, I'm doing it, right? And, you know, we can invite all you PCOs, and if you're a PCO and you're not stepping up to the plate, or if you're a citizen and you're complaining about the voter, you know, they're cheating, but you don't go in and observe, then you don't have nothing to say, right? And that's what we had. We did the statewide recount, and nobody shows up. Well, I live in Island County. So I live on Camino Island, but Island County is part of Whidbey Island. So I drive about an hour and a half over to Coopville to observe, right? And it's important for you to be in there. It's a really boring process, I have to tell you, right? You're just sitting there and you're watching and, you know, and I don't think anything nefarious, or I should say I didn't think anything nefarious was happening, right? But during that statewide recount, I've been there Monday through Thursday, all day. Some people come in, some people don't. But the Democrats were all there. You know, they're paid. They get paid to go and observe. So if they can't observe in Seattle, they're coming to Coopville in Island County. And that's what they were doing, right? They were consistent. But then the last day, some people got sick. And some of our workers are older, and for whatever reason, you know, but they got sick, they got the COVID. And our auditor got sick as well. Well, I got sick as well afterwards. I'm not going to say it's COVID. It could have been a flu for crying out loud. But anyway, so they tried to make me wear a mask during that statewide recount. And I was like, no way, I am not wearing a mask. And so I went to the police department, to the sheriff, to the guy that everybody says the sheriffs are going to help you. No, they're not.
No, they're not.
No, they're not. I said, so if I go back in there, are you going to arrest me? He goes, yeah, I'll probably get you out of there. So I was like, well, whatever. Well, thank goodness, my big buddy over there, Jim Walsh, yay, go team. He says, I got the lawyer. So the lawyer called him up, and that was out. Right? They said, okay, you can come back in. Now that's a statewide recount. So I go back in there for the election thing to start watching. And they said, oh, you have to wear a mask. All our workers were sick, and we don't want to, we don't want to be able to not count if everybody's sick, so you have to wear a mask. And it was a Friday when I first found that out, and I thought, okay, do I want to go to jail for the weekend? So I said no. I regrouped, but I went back in there on October 28th, and they said again, you have to wear a mask. The police were there. I told them I'm not wearing a mask. Okay, well, you can stand out in the hallway. That was their accommodation, right? If you don't want to wear a mask, you stand in the hallway. And so I went back there and I'm like, okay, I cannot effectively do my job in the hallway in a doorway. You just can't see everything. You can see 4 people here, you move to the next doorway, you got 4 more people, okay? That is election interference, because I can't see those workers. Again, my auditor is a Republican.
Yes, she sure is.
Right?
She says she is.
Go fuck down.
So after further investigation, lawyers, everybody, and what are we going to do? We got to do something. And I went in there and I told that police officer, I said, at some point, I'm going back in that room, just to let you know. I said, what are you going to do? I want to know my consequences. I said, are you going to manhandle me? And he said, well, no, So anyway, they were all doing their thing, and I just walked right in. He sat down, and I was observing. One election worker came back, oh, you gotta leave. I said, no, I'm not. Another one came back, no, I'm not leaving. And then the police came in, and they escorted me out. And the video is everywhere now. So, I couldn't believe that. My heart was broken. You know why it was broken? Is because there aren't a lot of people going in there to observe. Nobody can see that. And I go in there to observe just so I can say, hey, my election people working in there, they're good to go. I know because I'm sitting in there. We have Dropbox people at every Dropbox around the state. And when that debacle with Amber happened because of a sign, right? I cut the schedules. No schedule, nothing on paper, nothing. Okay, if you want to do it, don't tell me. And so we had somebody else out there. But everybody was watching those drop boxes. Now, we had a different story on the ballots in the rain, okay? Because I heard that was a little bit, that it was like 1 ballot or 2 ballots. So I'm going to be looking into that a little bit more. But right now, as it stands, because we somebody came up and said, okay, we need to do a cease and desist order. So we got the cease and desist order, right? We didn't go through lawyers, we just made one up and gave it to the auditor's office. Okay, mind you, the health department knew nothing about any COVID breakout. The health department in Island County knew nothing about a COVID department or a COVID breakout. So you got one rogue authority, elected official who said, okay, we're gonna have mask mandates, right? So this is more than just a mask mandate, right? This is for every small town community right now. What are you gonna do? So we're fighting it. We had Washington State Republican Party lawyers have actually sent a letter. We filed a restraining order. This time we went to court and we did a restraining order and a stay to stay that, okay? So thinking, okay, they gotta get it off. I mean, we had the prosecuting attorney in there. We had another attorney in there, the sheriff in there, the health department. I mean, everybody's in this room. And in the meantime, all this is going on. My chair, Tim Haslow, God bless him, went in there to observe without a mask too. Well, he was hauled out, given a ticket for disorderly conduct. So here we are, we're trying to fight. We got, the judge said, well, it's not, something was wrong with the paperwork. We can't make it a restraining order, but your case has merit. Okay, great, we got merit, woo, 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 right? So we go in there to get this so we can continue the process. Before the election's over, oh, guess what? The courts are down. The courts are down. You can't get any of your documentation. So here we are, we're sitting, the courts are down. Oh, the courts are back up. Okay, well, we want that transcript. Oh, it takes 30 days for us to enter that in. I'm like, are you kidding me? So we're still fighting it. We will never give up on this. This is, like I said, this is more than just me going in and not being able to observe. This is one rogue elected official making a decision, right?
Republican, don't forget that part.
And not to mention, looking through all the paperwork, is she didn't even ask the health department until after they escorted me out. We got that documentation, right? You didn't even inquire, and you just as one person decide to do this. You know, that can happen in your county. Maybe it's not the election. Maybe it's something else. Maybe some teacher says you have to wear a mask in my classroom, right? I mean, you need to stand up. People need to stand up against this. And so I have a GoFundMe page. Well, it's not GoFundMe because they take your money away. Because this is gonna take at least, you know, I don't know, it's $4,000. I'm up to $2,500. $4,000 just to have an attorney. Fund it. So I have a give and send go thing up here, and you can ask me about it. And but really, this is so important for everybody to be engaged. Not just if you're a chair or vice chair or anything. You all need to get involved in your communities. It starts in your community. Forget Ferguson right now. what is going on in your community. What can you do with your kid's school? Can you go in there? Because they're trying to tell you can't. You have to go in. You have to go into your school board meetings. I invite you to one of my school board meetings. They're quite eventful. Okay? We have baby rattles being thrown around. You know, really.
You can
So,
use the limbo.
in 1 week, I'm hauled out for protection. So, because they want to tag me in the parking lot. I have been physically assaulted. Well, I'm not going to call it assault, but she touched my shoulder and she was like 6 feet tall and wouldn't let me into the school board meeting, right? So it's dangerous out there, but you got to get involved, speak up, right? So thank you for letting me tell my story.